Alright, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I reviewed the first movie back when it came out 2 years ago. Oh my god. Okay, well, now it's been 2 years somehow. A lot has changed since then, but I still can't get a girlfriend. Anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Anyway, let's get into the talk about them. I'm fucking tired, dude. When I first reviewed the first movie, I said it was decent, even if it was a little underwhelming. I think over time, my score of that first film is definitely dropped. It's not a horror movie, which it was supposed to be, and it doesn't adapt the games very well, and it's just very underwhelming overall. So, I think this film is more of what I was expecting in the first film. Like, is Five Nights at Freddy's 2 good? Probably not, but it is better. For one thing, this is actually a horror movie. The first movie just had like one scene of the animatronics actually killing people, and then it was like weird Freddy fun time. In this movie, there are dangers, there are threats, and yeah, this is a horror movie, which is what the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is supposed to be. So I'm glad it delivered on the scares. Another thing that I like to see was that they were adapting more of the story of the games in this one. Obviously, we still have William Afton and the Dead Souls and whatever. But we also get the Puppet and Charlotte, and you know, it's just cool to see the stuff from the games transferred into the movies in a way that they try to make it a little more sensical, but some of the ways they handle it are a little strange. It feels like Scott Cawthon kind of has to bend over backwards to try and make it fit the original story, but also making it fit the context presented in the first film. For instance, they split Michael Afton into two separate characters. Obviously, we have Mike from the first movie, who acts as the main character and the hero of the story. But then we also get Michael Afton in this film, who's the son of William Afton and is also an evil serial killer. And they basically took one character and they split him into two. Because in the games, Michael Afton is William Afton's son, but he's also the hero of the story. It's a very familial ties level thing. Yeah, I would just say that it's a much more streamlined version of the story. There are still some remnants of the weird kind of balancing the
been so long since last I see my son lost to this monster.
All this haunted animatronic stuff. For instance, it's not as bad as the first movie that took up.
But I'm gonna go Freddy Fazbear.
But it is a little strange. Like, there's an entire subplot about how the girl has like a mean science teacher who's kind of a prick. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it also felt like it wasn't necessary. Like, this is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It already has a complicated story. I'm not sure if a mean science teacher really benefits to that much. If you're looking forward to Matt Pat's voice acting, he has one line and there's a filter over it and it makes him sound like a girl. So I would not be that anticipated. If I didn't know that was Matt Pat, I would have no idea that was voiced by a male, let alone Matt Pat. One thing I liked is how much more accurately they transferred FNAF to it. Obviously, they brought in more lore with Michael Afton and the Puppet and Charlotte and all that stuff. Henry makes a brief scene, except they never mentioned the fact that him and William were partners, lab partners. So I'm not sure if that's even canon to this
version of the story, but
like, even other than that, like, there is a scene
in this movie where Mike literally just plays Five Nights at Freddy's 2, classic style. Like, he's in the room wearing the mask and flashing the lights. Like, he is handling the situation exactly as you do in the game, and that was cool.
I don't believe the movie had that. I think it's been a while since I've seen it, but if I remember correctly, even though they created the room from the game, we never actually saw them using it in an accurate way. Where in this film, we get to see him play FNAF 2 just in real life. It was also better directed. I feel like in the first film there wasn't a lot of presence to the animatronics. They were just kind of there, and it didn't feel very intimidating. But in this film there seems to be more of a little bit of a grandeur and to the animatronics. Like, when they're in a scene, it's more of a big deal. It's not just like they're standing around. Then again, that could be because this movie didn't make them friendly for 90% of the plot. Yeah, I feel like I'm comparing it a lot to the first movie and saying, oh, it is better than this. But that's really how I'm thinking of the movie. Like,
I wish I lived in the present with the gift of my past mistakes, but the future keeps luring in like a pack of snakes. Your sweet little eyes, your little smile is all I remember. Those fuzzy memories mess with my temper. Justification is killing me, but killing isn't justified. What happened to my son? I'm terrified. It lingers in my mind and the thought keeps on getting bigger. I'm sorry, mystery baby, I wish I'd been there. It's been so long since I last have seen our son lost to this monster, to the man behind the slaughter. Since you've been gone, I've been singing this to this song so I could wonder the sanity of the wonder.
and we had some furries, we had some goths, and we had some cosplayers. Notably, one person was dressed up as the puppet, which was cool. So what I'm saying, so yeah, I think it just included that. I'm glad I can be a part of it when these films release. Anyway, I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Fuck you. I'm tired.